one of the biggest challenges that I've seen is anytime you're deploying hardware into a new environment and it hasn't been vetted by the IT department, and you're working with a group, I'm seeing the need for more expanded knowledge on an integration side from those contractors to understand and be able to communicate and have and collaborate with the IT departments to make sure that the devices that they're putting on the network and setting up for them, that they're speaking the same language. Because what ends up happening is either the manufacturer has to step in, a design consultant has to step back in and get involved in it. So I think it's really a lessons learned that the integration side, they really need to become more versed in this climate. And the IT departments, of course, need to be a little bit more flexible as well and looking at how to take some of these components that are brought into possible betterment or expansion capabilities, such as streaming multiplexing and matrixing solutions and classroom governance software, and making sure that they are comfortable with it and understand how to deploy things on their network, like wireless collaboration, and then how does that fit into their data privacy and security and models. I think one of the things is to make sure that when you're looking at this, when you're bringing this solution to an institution and having those discussions with the stakeholders, and I think it's important to make sure that you're outlining what the capital hardware costs versus the operational annual renewed licenses and things like that, and making sure that they have a good understanding of what it's going to cost them, not just on day one, but what year 2 through whatever goes on. So they are ready for that. And I think if you have those conversations, they're used to that in the IT world. They're used to doing that with their network switches and things like that. I think as long as you make sure that you're having those realistic discussions with them and expressing and communicating what those operational requirements are going to be ongoing, I think that's a little bit more easier for them to swallow. And like Frank said, making sure that you're doing a cost benefit to show them it's not just all out. You're getting benefits. There's returns on this with remote management, with ease of use, and with remote support and abilities. It's really having the conversations with the IT departments, and sometimes they're willing to try out some of these new technologies that we're trying to dump on their network. Sometimes we're forced to compartmentalize and put completely isolated network switches in there to govern it, with the capability that they can in the future link back to the main network when they feel more comfortable with it. But I think when you're looking at those kind of things, it's really getting in front of the IT department and letting them gain that comfort, making sure that you're knowledgeable about it and you're bringing the resources to the team that speak their language and can translate some of the information that's coming from the manufacturers and from some of what the building program might be wanting to do. What do they want to do on an institutional level for collaboration and communication that is different from what the IT department is used to, because they're going to have to, like I said before, they're going to have to take ownership of this and support it. So they have to feel comfortable with it. So how can we help spur on those discussions and make it easy for them, and give them the information to show that it's secure and that it's solid product, and looking at test cases, letting them pilot products out to test it out. I think it really comes down to dialogue and time for comfort.